Okay, time to start the video log of my trip here. I just got up to the Agua Bay campsite visitor center here. Just beginning. I started my trip at 9:11 on Wednesday, and just had a chat with a gentleman in a kayak. He was way off in the distance there, so you probably can't see him anymore. But I told him to check this out on YouTube, so hopefully you're checking this out on YouTube. Anyway, on my way, and we'll see how long this takes me. 61 miles, and I'm hoping to do it in 3 days. If conditions are really super good, who knows, maybe faster, I doubt it. 4 days if I have a weather day. Uh-oh, the waves are blowing me into the shore, so I better turn this off and keep paddling. Checking in real quick with the video journal. I'm in Agua Bay. Been paddling for about 45 minutes. And this is always kind of a neat thing. You got Highway 17 there, and I'm gonna wait for a big truck to come by. I'm in Agua Bay here, and you can see there's Highway Trans-Canada 17 and a couple of trucks lumbering up the highway there. You can see them there right in front of the rock. Gives you a sense of scale here. Been paddling for about 45 minutes, and I'm getting on my way over to where the pictographs are. Not making very good time here because I'm sitting here filming stuff. But it's a great day. The waves are calm. The high overcast. It's actually a good thing because it keeps the sun from being too bright, and it probably diminishes the afternoon winds, I'm guessing, because you're not getting the sun heating the land. I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess. So it's actually perfect out here. It's 10:45 and approaching Agua Rock with the pictographs on it. Nice and calm. A little bit of a protected area here with some islands right behind me. But wow, just calm as can be out here. Perfect weather. Don't mind the high clouds either. It takes the edge off the sun. It's 11 o'clock and I just landed for lunch at Sinclair Cove, where I was last night checking it out. Fishermen getting ready to go out for the day. I better get that boat in so it doesn't scratch up my paint job. 11 o'clock. Okay, this is stage 2. I took a break at Sinclair Cove from 11 to 12. I took off at 12, and this is Barrett Island, heading north, Barrett Point. I've got a nice brisk wind at my back, giving me a free ride north. So let's see how far I can take this. As long as I got the wind at my back, I really need to just keep going. But yep, perfect. Okay, video journal time. We're in Lake 2, and I am at the mouth of the Sand River. There's the bridge, Trans-Canada Highway Bridge, over the mouth of the Sand River. And it is 1:08 in the afternoon. It took 1 hour and 8 minutes to get from Sinclair Cove up to the Sand River. Up ahead there is the point. Just past that will be Catherine Cove, and let's see if we can make that a nice rest stop. Be up there by 2 o'clock. 2 hours on, 1 hour off. That's my plan, to be able to fit in at least 6 hours of paddling per day. I would go hike up the Sand River there, but I went up there the last time I was here. It's beautiful though, beautiful hike up the Sand River. Nice breeze at my back. Little 1-foot waves giving me a little push, making it real easy to make progress here. Just sit right back and you hear the tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. Look, it's Gilligan's Island. Woohoo! Yeah, Ben, if you're watching this, oh, it's a good thing you're not here. You'd never make it in waves like these. I'd be towing you. You'd be out of your kayak, hanging on, and I'd be towing you into the next safe area. Same thing goes for you, Matthew, if you're listening. Yep, both of you. Ha! Video log entry. It is 2:07 in the afternoon, and I just stopped for another rest break. I'll take a 2-hour break. This little cove doesn't have a name, but it does have a campsite, and it's just south of Bald Head, which you can't quite see here because it's beyond that outcropping. Anyway, 2:07, and I'll make a mark on the map where it is. Legs are getting a little sore after sitting and paddling for 4 hours. Another 2 hours today, though. Later, should be okay. Look at the water; it's beautiful. I'm about 40 minutes into leg 3, and the sun is trying to shine, just barely not shining. And oops, out here just past Bald Head, and just coming towards evening, and the water has calmed down, and it's just beautiful, and it's just perfect for paddling. So I'm just gonna paddle while the paddling is good and put as many miles as I can behind me. Hopefully I don't get too sore, but that's what the Motrin's for. It is 5:12. I'm passing the entrance to Beatty Cove. That'd be a nice place to stop for the night. It would be 18 miles. But I'm not going to stop because there's lots of daylight left and beautiful conditions, and so I'm just going to keep going. I'm just glad it wasn't sunny all day, because man, when the sun comes out, it is hot out here. Good thing the water's cool. Even then, the water's not nearly as cold as it was last time. Let's see, there was something else I was going to say. Oh, I forgot. Okay, still where I just was, but look at that. If that doesn't look like Gilligan's Island, I don't know what does. That's gotta be Gilligan's Island. I gotta look that up when I get home and see which island they actually used for Gilligan's Island. Oh look, this is kinda cool. Coming around a point, and there's the next point off in the distance, which is, looks like that's probably, it doesn't have a name. So it's going to be real close to where I stopped for tonight, at Rhyolite Cove. Rhyolite Cove should be just, well, a ways past that. Shoot. Ha. Alright, as I just said, this is Rhyolite Cove, and I got here at 6:06, so it took a little more than 2 hours. 2 hours and 11 minutes, actually. Beautiful little cove here. Looks like we've got another camper. Might not be a bad thing, but there's still plenty of sunlight left, so if the winds calm down, I think I could paddle another 4 hours to Gargantua. Although this is a nice little spot right here. It's 21 miles, so it's a third of the way. I was hoping to be a little farther than a third, but it's better than Anyway, it's beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, this is like the Blair Witch Project. It's 8 o'clock and I'm in my tent because it started to rain a little bit and there's a lot of bugs outside and it's really hot and humid all of a sudden. Big clouds rolled in all of a sudden. So, oh, and I just heard thunder, so I'm glad I'm not out there. And glad I decided to stay here. Yep, did you hear that? Thunder. Maybe it'll keep the bears away. Quite a storm out there. Yikes. It's really raining. Lightning too. Dry Light Cove, day 2 of paddling. And it is foggy. After a night of storms like you wouldn't believe, it's all just foggy and wet. There's my campsite, was in the woods right there. This was not my favorite place in the world. Wasn't bad, but plenty of bugs last night in the woods. The beach is, I don't know what this is, it's a mixture of sand, coarse sand and gravel, and it just sticks to everything. Look at the side of the boat there. It ain't gonna be shiny no more. Anyway, it is 7:51. In a couple minutes I'll be on the water, probably 7:55. Navigation is going to be tricky today because I can only see a couple hundred yards. So I guess I'll be hugging the shoreline, which stinks because that means adding a lot of miles. So we'll see. Maybe the fog will burn off. Let's hope so. Here we go. So day 2, leg 1, 7:55. This is Gargantua Harbor. Just came out of a fog bank. It was pretty foggy. If I would have trusted, oh, see, there's Gargantua Island right there. If I would have trusted my compass, I could have probably just saved myself 10 minutes instead of hugging the coastline like this. Well, shoot. The problem was I'm not entirely sure of the magnetic deviation here, and I have reason to believe it's a little more than it is in Michigan. I'll check that when I get back. Shoot, I need to cut across that island and save myself a lot of paddling. Just turned 10 o'clock. I'm approaching the Devil's Warehouse. Look at this. This is like paddling in the Northwest. You got your fog, you got your mountains, you got your cliffs. It's great. And you've got fresh water, and you don't have any whales and octopuses and other things living down there. Who knows what's down there, but look at that. Beautiful scenery. Fresh water, calm, a little breeze, nice and cool. The Devil's Warehouse. Cool. Look at those cliffs. A couple hundred feet high. Maybe 200 feet? I'll have to look it up. Trees up at the top. I passed Wild Island at 9:14. The little island right there. Nice and calm too. For going up right up to the cliffs without any reflection waves or anything. Look at these trees. They're gonna live their life, their short lives, perched right there, and then fall in the water. A crummy spot to pick. I bet if the sun was shining, it would be really cool right here. You'd be able to see what's below the water. Oh, better start paddling. It's 9:49, and I'm in Tugboat Channel, and I bet this is just beautiful. Well, it's beautiful anyway, but I bet it's just really spectacular when you're out here in this sunny day and you can see all these islands and the craggy formations and all that stuff. I need to stop before I get to Devil's Chair because the batteries are almost dead, but they seem to be doing okay right now. But look at that, isn't that cool? Devil's Chair, 10:05, ending leg 1 of day 2. Just pulled into a delightful little cove right across from the Devil's Chair, and it's just beautiful. A little brook emptying out of the woods, and a sandy, well, kind of gravelly beach, but it's not as bad as Rhyolite Cove was. Just an absolutely delightful little spot. So 2 hours from Rhyolite Cove, and I'll take lunch here, and I'm gonna get up my bear spray because this isn't a spot that's marked on the map as a campground, so who knows what's out there. And look at all these little wildflowers and stuff. And a nice little sound. I just saw a boat pass, a couple of fishermen going through Tugboat Channel. That was the first boat I've seen out here, either boat, kayak, or canoe, in the day and a half that I've been out here. I've seen people, I've seen hikers, but very few boats. Not sure why not. It's beautiful out here. Supplemental to the previous entry. Oh, do you hear that loon? Listen. Well, now it's not doing its thing anymore. There it is. You know, the conditions are perfect. It's absolutely beautiful here, but I think it's not exactly warm today, and I'm gonna keep going. I think I'm just gonna keep my break here short. I don't know why. I just want to keep going and find a better beach, hopefully, to unpack, maybe even dry out my stuff if the sun is coming out. Everything in the boat is wet. It's just a mess, and I don't feel like getting it all out and cooking something. And although cooking breakfast, some hot oatmeal, that actually sounds pretty good. Maybe I will do that instead. Now that I mention it, I'm getting hungry. That's Devil's Chair, by the way. Whoa. This is a cool spot, though. This is Lake Superior, believe it or not. Nestled between some islands here and the mainland, just north of Chalfont Cove at 11:08. I'll take a few pictures too. Out here. This is the channel back out to Lake Superior. I'm actually in Lake Superior here, but the water levels must be low because what showed as a couple of 2 openings on the map were not actually open, so I had to backtrack about a half a mile. Okay. Oh look, there's some Canada geese. Whole family. They probably don't see too many people either out here, so they're scared and they're swimming away. Oh, I'm drifting. Okay, back at it. It's 11:22. You can see there's like some kind of a tide almost. The water is definitely flowing between these channels into the little lake type thing behind, and I'm not sure why that would be. I think it's that phenomenon of the lake levels sloshing back and forth from one end to the other that could be, possibly, or perhaps it's wind. Anyway, it's very shallow here. I've been going between this channel, between the islands, and oh, I don't want to look at the bottom of my kayak when this is done. I've been hitting lots of rocks. Sad. Oh well, but I'm not going to paddle a mile out of my way just to avoid a couple of scratches. Okay, 43. Second stop. This is the island off Ryan's Point. I am more than halfway. I just spoke with a group of kayakers there, heading south to Gargantua. The sun is coming out. Oh, won't that be nice if the sun comes out. And I've got a perfect spot here to dry all my stuff and explore the island a little bit. And this is a wonderful spot to spend a couple of rest hours because I need it. 3 hours of paddling this morning. I'll rest for a few hours and then I'll continue. This is just lovely. He said, one of the guys there said it was going to be a southwest wind, which will be perfect because I'm heading northeast, and it'll give me a push just in the right direction. So right now things are looking good. Yes, definitely looking good. Never say that though, because you know, jinx yourself. That's Cape Gargantua off in the distance. Spent a little time in the lakes there. Wasted a little bit of time, but oh well. Okay. Here's my spot on Ryan Island where I'm drying my stuff out from this morning. And you can see in the distance there, you can see Cape Gargantua. Been obscured by trees a bit. But then you can see this is Ryan Point. And then it continues way off in the distance. That's Cape Cheyenne. I think that's how you say that. And then we'll get a view from the other side of the island in just a minute. Okay, day 2, leg 3. Just left from Ryan Island. Look back there. I got a breeze at my back. I haven't even paddled yet, and I'm being given a free ride, which should be just beautiful because we got some waves, we got some sunshine. I'll be able to see down into the water where it gets shallow. I'm going to cut northeast into, there's a couple of campsites in the bay there across this Chalfont Point. I do plan to go around there tonight. The temptation is to cut across the bay, but that would bring me about a mile offshore, and I'm just not going to do that. So I'll just enjoy the free ride, and probably tonight, you can see you've got some waves here. Tonight, when the winds die down, I will, at that point, I will round the point and continue on. My goal today would be to hit, at least to hit Bushy Bay, because that's at the 42-mile point. I really need to make that today if I'm gonna get this trip done, you know, in 3 days, or by Saturday morning at the latest. Which I shouldn't rush it, but you know, I don't know. Ryan Island was absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All my stuff is dry after this morning, and everything was just wet from the thunderstorms. Now everything is nice and dry. Okay, took off at 2:34, and let's see how fast I can get across this bay with the wind at my back. Time in at 3:33. Oh, my beautiful paint job. Oh, I had to drag it in. I'll see ya. I came in backwards. This is not to surf, and then landed okay, but yeah, I had to drag it up the cobbles. Yikes. Oh well. I'll go visit those people in a second. Oh, nice spot though. A bad spot for landing and launching. I'll definitely have to wait till the waves are calmer. So 3:33, left at 2:34, so that's 1 hour. Kayaking journal day 3, leg 1, and I've just left the campsite on the beach there. Probably one of the most beautiful sights ever. Just absolutely spectacular, especially at sunset. A few other campers there, met some friends over there, and so heading over to Cape Cheyenne, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Cheyenne? I don't know. Anyway, it's not so bad out here, so I'm just going to go for it, and if it gets a little choppy or whatever, I'll just turn back and meet up with my friends and go all together. But I think it's going to be okay, and I'm trying to cover some miles today, so trying to make tracks early. So, okay, and it started out at 9:05. Okay, video entry. Just finished leg 1 at 11 o'clock. Made really good time coming around Cap Challenge, and I am at the little cobblestone beach that leads to the Teal Creek Falls. So I'm going to go for a little hike here. There's a campsite here, just around the corner from Old Woman Bay. So had a wind at my back. A little bit of a tricky landing here, but no big problem. Might be a little tricky getting out again. But the waves are supposed to subside, so it should be okay. Okay, next stop, Teal Creek Falls. Alright, leg 2, day 3, leg 2. I didn't find the falls there. So my friends just landed there, and maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll have better luck. But I sure didn't find anything. Maybe it's at the next stop, but at this point I'm not going to go find it because I'm back on the water now, and it's a bit of a production getting back on the water sometimes. It is 11 o'clock, or sorry, 12 o'clock. So exactly, you know, an hour for lunch. That worked out real good. 12 o'clock back on the water. 42, and there's the cliffs at Old Woman Bay. Those are some really high cliffs. And this water's a little choppy too today. Look at that. And this is around the corner. But, oh well. Really cool though. That's not so bad right there, actually, being around the corner. Look at those cliffs though. Awesome. Entering Brule Harbor at 1:30. This is a welcome respite from all the Clapotis waves that I've just dealt with. Day 3, leg 3. I'm going to take off out of Brule Harbor here. Looks like the whitecaps are diminishing out there from what I can see. So I'm going to just head out there, see what it looks like, and if it looks good, I'll continue upwards to maybe to Noisy Bay or to something like that. So, okay, we'll give it a shot. I'll shove off at 2:05. That's 5 minutes from now. At 2:05. Ain't that a sight? Beautiful boat, beautiful blue water, blue sky, cliffs. Nice breeze pushing me along. I don't even need to paddle if I don't want to. Smokey Point off in the distance.